What is up, y'all? It is Necoda Matthew, your favorite upcoming sustainable and upcycled fashion designer guy, whatever you want to call me. But you've probably seen me on Instagram before at Necoda_Matthew. And now you're on the YouTube channel, which is going to be all the behind the scenes and fun stuff that I can share with you guys that isn't just clothing and designs. So here we are in the studio. Welcome. Make sure you are subscribed for these upcoming videos. Today, I'm going to show you how you can be your very own upcycler and make your own clothing just like me, whether you just want to update your own wardrobe and closet and step up your style, or you want to try making your own brand and get into the sustainable fashion space as well, as long as you don't steal my designs. But today, let's get right into the video and I will show you guys how to be just like me. Alright, so hopefully you can see me, and today we're going to be working with some products from my own store, which is Garbaggio Negozio, which is my curated thrift store page to bring you guys some sustainable, very affordable, high quality goods where you guys can either just wear on your own or you can bring them home and try your own designs, which is what we're doing today. So I got this Woolrich fleece and this Izod sweater. Very basic, very plain on their own. So let's see what we can do. I'm gonna show you how I make one of my first designs ever. Super simple. Pretty sure there's one cut and one sew. It's very easy. Anyone can do this, guys, I promise. All right, so besides the sewing machine, the obvious thing you will need for this project, you will need some sort of scissors, or I like these little roto cutters. You can just kind of cut like a pizza. And this is a cutting mat. It is protective for your table. Don't get me wrong, I've cut directly on this table before, but just for, you get all the measurements and everything like that, and it does make for a smoother cut. So now, we're gonna get into the project right away. And I'm sorry, we have limited angles and lighting for this studio, so I'm gonna do my best to fit everything in and make it somewhat, nice looking. So, let's get on to the first step. Alright, so we're gonna start with the fleece for the first cut. And the plan is to do a couple set, so male and female. This one is going to be the male. It's a little bit wider up top. So for that case, I want to make sure that the piece is a little bit longer. So we're going to measure farther down from the arm sleeve. I'm going to go 5.5. This is a straight edge. Always good to have. 5.5 just happens to be. I don't always cut the same length, but line these up with the armpits on both sides. Very simple to ensure that you're going the same length down. And then from there, you can really just take your roto cutter or scissors and cut straight across the line and get ready for the other piece. Alright, so now the plan for this one, since it's going to be a shorter, more cropped version, we're only going to go about 1.5 inches or 2 inches from the armpit sleeve, little mark there. And then we're going to cut it so that we have a larger bottom blue piece that's going to go onto the fleece. And we already have a small fleece piece, which is going to go up here, and it will probably go to about there and make a nice little crop top version. All right, so surprisingly, these are all ready to be sewn now. Basically, that's the super simple design. I know some of my other pieces I make 30 to 40, even more cuts, and then following that is 3 stitches for each one. So clearly you can see this is where you start. This is a starting point. 1 cut, 1 sew, easy. So let me show you how to get everything ready to be sewed. That is important. All right, still pretty easy. Hope I haven't lost anyone yet. I promise this is simple and easy. So now the dangerous part. We got pins, pointy pins. We're gonna pin, but if you're afraid you're gonna poke yourself, they have these little clips. Little clothespins. You can also get those. I prefer the pins. It's not my thing. So, first thing you're gonna do, this is the front side. I actually turned it around because it has some burn holes. So now that'll be on the back. But we're gonna take the top piece and turn this one inside out. So bam, turn that inside out. And just for the record, if I was making this for mine, I would first use my serger on these raw edges and clean them up. But today we're using a basic machine, an easy one that anyone can buy. This is just to get into like the easiest way to do it. This isn't going to be like professional. They're not going to be, you know, they're still going to have some raw edges on the inside, but you will be able to wear these, wash these, normal everyday use, but not like extreme use. So keep that in mind. This isn't like the super professional way to do it. This is the simple, I want to make myself a shirt or try. So keep that in mind. Anyway, back to the action. Inside out, outside in. Now, this is the front of the shirt. This is what's gonna be the front. Take this, and just to fit it in, I like to do this. Open that up. Kind of just pop that in there. And then you can open it. And most shirts, like, they make it even easier because they have a side seam on each side. And then no way, like the shirt on the inside also has a side seam. So wow, I wonder if you just line those up and mark them, then it's gonna be lined up in the right spot. So do that both sides. I know I'm really getting in depth on this like breakdown. It's a lot of stuff you could probably assume, but you know, this is a different video. This is a different type. I want to keep you guys involved, keep you interested. So now that you have both sides, the easiest way to find the middle is just pulling apart from the two pins, and then you go to the center. And these ones are pretty much the same size, so not having any issues there. Sometimes, like one shirt might be bigger than the other, and you gotta a little kind of overstretch it, or you can do like a little pleat on the back, but that is not today's video. And it doesn't have to be perfectly in the center, especially if they're already like pretty aligned. Just make sure you're not going through both sides and like gonna end up stitching the whole thing closed. So once we get the pins, this one's really not that much. I'm just gonna put one in between each. So I think that's gonna be what, 6, 8. Check my counting. You guys can roast me if you want. But from here, we're going to do this to the other one as well and just get them both ready to be sewn so I can, you know, kind of go through them at the same time. But once we get these final ones in here, there's no more prep. That's it. This is ready to be sewn. That's it. Let's go to the machine. All right, so now we're here with this is my first machine I've ever bought. I've had this thing for probably 5-6 years now. It's really going strong. Like it might be on its way out. I'm not sure. It's a little bit louder than what I remember, but this is a Brother CS6000i computerized machine. There's so many different ones out there. Like if you're just thinking about getting into it as like a hobby, just for your own fun, I would recommend looking at Singer's, Brothers, like any machine that's between like $100 to $150, honestly. Like this one, very reasonable, but my serger, like the professional finish, can cost you like $400 for like a standard and like thousands of dollars for an industrial, which is what I'm going to have to get soon. But today, simple sewing machine, straight stitch, as simple as you can get. So now we're gonna load it, get it ready. I have to change the thread. You guys can see how that works. All right. Filming with a iPhone is difficult. I'm hoping I'm still in the frame and I can show you at the same time. So this is the regular thread. We're going to switch to black. This is what I use normally, and all you do is boom. If you want to keep track of this, you can, or you can just cut it. And then take the new one, find the starter, and wow, look at that. You just pop it on. That's different. And then hooks down onto that thing, hooks onto there, and then down, sorry, this is bad, down here. They're numbered. It tells you which way to go. Gotta set this down. And then underneath here, I don't know if you can still see anything at all. And then you can thread the needle, which is the hardest part. Simply because I've been staring at the flash on my phone. So let me just cut this really quick. one nice crisp edge. And now, let me just pop that in there. And boom, done. Now we're done. But now we gotta load the bobbin, which is underneath here. If you can see, pop that open. Got the white bobbin, take that one out. The new one, and you pull the string this way, so it's not this way, going under, went this way. Drop it in, under, cuts itself, good to go. Now, test fabric and make sure it's sewing right before the actual material. All right, guys, so now, very simple. We got a piece of sweatshirt material from another project, white, so we'll be able to see the thread. It's very simple. Lower the presser foot, you'll hear it. Ready? Boom, that thing's heavy. And then this is the little arrow that looks like this, is to backstitch, but first, gotta change the thread length. I do 3.5, and make sure the tension is between 3 and 4, it depends on what you're working with. The tension is how hard the string is pulling through the machine. Anywhere between 3 and 4 is pretty average for normal materials. So, but besides that, it's another video. I always start with a back forward just to lock in the stitch. I don't even know what it's called. I'm such a bad sewing teacher, but I know that's what you do, that you just go back and you make sure you loop over where you started. So, boom, forward, and then you end it the same way. Wow, straight stitch. And little bump up, but that's why you do the test fabric, because it gets the little knot out of the way, just in case when it has to catch the needle. So now we do the real deal. Very simple, very simple. Take it, and you legit just line it up. You line it up. This raises the needle, and you go over, and you just start sewing. I think I'm gonna take a pin out. You don't want to run over a pin. You can break your needle. Some people leave them in, risky business, but let's do this. Just go back and forward. And then just make sure you can look from the side and make sure it just stays lined up, and just start sewing away. And if you want to slow it down, I mean, if you have a machine already, you know this can slow it down, speeds it up. If you go all the way down, it will go all the way down. But if you have it low and you're a full stomp, it will still only go as slow as you have it set to. So keep that in mind. But yeah, let's finish this one, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. All right, and now after our first stitch, we have this. Look at it. It's basically done, but I like to do one more step. It's recommended. You don't need to do it. I think it adds a good amount of strength and it looks good on the outside. But now we're just going to stitch on top of the piece, but right over top to hold down all this stuff that you'll see on the inside, this flappy stuff where it was sewed. We're just gonna press it down to one side and sew it down, but from the outside, so you get the clean top stitch finish. So 2 stitches, and then this thing is basically done. All right, so number 1 is basically done. Look at that, clean finish. Super clean, flat. And the reason I like this one too for the women's is because it's a drawstring, so you can cinch the bottom. But now that this one is done and nice and clean finished, and just like that, guys, now you can have 2 all original, upcycled, sustainable pieces of clothing made from what you just saw. They were from a thrift store. They were used, and now they're one of one and original. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. Now, granted, this is not how I would sell them. This is not if you want to start your own brand and start selling things. In that case, you need a more in-depth tutorial, which if you want to learn more or if there's anything you want me to expand about this video, whether it was one of the steps or maybe more things to learn about, let me know in the comments. I'd love to give you more information. I know, I kind of rushed through the threading and like some of the other stuff, but I think for the main part, like, these things turned out awesome, and I did put my tag on them because you know why? I'm giving them away. I'm giving them away to one of you guys. So, you want to know how to win? All you need to be doing to win is to be one of my 1,000 subscribers, guys. I have just hit 1,000 subscribers. If this video is edited and posted by then, it's so exciting that like this little YouTube journey, just a few months of like being consistent and putting out content. You guys are responding well. I'm doing the shorts. I've gained a lot of subscribers in a short amount of time, and I want more. I want more. Bring on more. So you guys have to be subscribed if you want a chance to win. You do win both shirts. You get both shirts. So you can either keep them both for yourself, give one to your significant other or your bestie or whatever you want to do. I don't care. I want to share the sustainability and upcycled fashion with everyone. So if you're subscribed and you leave a comment below with tagging one of your friends, that's all you gotta do. Just tag one person and you can have a chance to win one of these pieces. But keep in mind, I am going to be running on Instagram as well. So there are a few chances to win on here, and up to them, I don't know how many people might enter. So keep that in mind. It's a great opportunity to win some original Necoda Matthew gear. But other than that, I'm so glad you guys stuck around for a little bit of a different video. I hope this was really good information, maybe inspiring some of you guys to start pricing some sewing machines or like looking into it, because I don't know, it's a really fun and unique way to set yourself apart from everyone. I know my clothing, my designs, as I'm getting better and better and coming out with more advanced stuff, they're getting more expensive. And that is because what we saw today, probably fully start to finish, maybe an hour. So really not that long. I mean, you could even speed that up once you get more efficient, but some of my projects take me days, like days worth. And that's why they're expensive. It's not, they're all the same material. Everyone's like, oh, you're using used materials, so it's cheap. No, you're paying for the time, the creativity factor to think of these things, to draw them out, to make them possible in real life with physical pieces. That's where all the price comes from. But I want people to know that you can do this yourself sustainably, cheap. You can go out and search for hours in the shopping and buy whatever you want and come home and make stuff. And I understand not everyone knows how, so I'm trying to share that. And I can keep putting out my designs. And as long as you don't steal my designs, I hope you learned something and you use this to maybe become the next great designer. Past me, I don't have any feeling to be better than anyone. I'm just here to put out what I love to make. When I get an idea, I try and do it. But otherwise, that is why I'm here. And that is why I'm loving the growth we got going on right now. And thank you guys again for checking in. And from that, I'll leave you guys till the next video. Peace out.